Welcome to Learn and Grow podcast, where we explore more about education. And in today's episode, we are going to discuss more about the benefits of parents being involved in child's education. And here in this podcast, I have my guest here, Wilson Elpinda, who is an education expert from Mobas. Yes. What is the parental involvement in education and why is it important?
Okay, when you are saying the parental involvement in education, we are trying to say that the parents should take part to encourage or to support their children when they are doing their studies. So that's how it is called parental involvement. So let's see how is it important for those parents to intervene for their children's education. So first I can say that it is important because the parents they know and even they realize the potential that their students have in their education. So it can also motivate the students because parents are the ones who knows best their children and they know what capability they have, and also they can even mobilize required resources for their children to be successful in their careers. So that's how it is important for the parents to be involved in their child's education.
All right. Then, how can parents get involved in child's education?
How can parents be involved in this education? Okay, there is so many ways that the parents can intervene into these sectors. First of all, they can do homework for their children. For example, when the children have been given the homework or even the assignments, so they have the law to check whatever the students have learned, and if that happens that there is an assignment or homework, they need to evaluate it and help them to answer correctly according to the time that have given to their teachers. So that is another way how can parents be involved. And the other way, it can be at home by waking up their children early so that they can catch up with the time according to the school rules and the school regulations. And as I said, there are so many ways. The other way is that they can be involved in parents' meetings, or they can be they can also choose that the parents should be in good schools, that the school that have a good quality education. And other thing, it can be that they need to create a conducive environment that their children can be feel that they have fully supported according to their careers. So that's how parents can be involved in their children's education.
Oh, okay. And we also adapt.
Know even how importance of education is to their children. So this can make the parents to not be involved in the education of their children. So if you have another point, you can add.
Also, the bad relationship between parents and children can hinder.
That can be based on the conflicts that we've said earlier. That the conflict that can happen between the parents can make them not to be involved in the matters of education.
Yes. Yes. Because the main factor that makes parents to be helping the child in his or her education is good relationship.
The good relationship and the love that is being shown in the family can improve, can promote the power. Can promote the motive of the children to be continuing with the school. I think that can be the reason. But also I want to add up, sometimes the community
can hinder.
Yes, community. Okay, as I said earlier, you can see that there is other communities. They can be that these communities is for people, as I said, that uneducated parents. But there is other community that they value much. Let's say, take an example that they value marriages, not as a school. So it can sometimes happen that you have your children being at school, but if you look around your environment, there is more students that are being staying at home while doing nothing. So sometimes you may have the motive that you can see that I'm doing nothing, because if I see if I see my friends, they are not sending their children at school, because they don't know that at the end of the day they are going to achieve nothing. So, well, who am I? What I can do? Yeah, the best way I can stop these children to going to school. So, community sometimes can matters to the parents' involvement in their children's.
And then also parents can also help their children um, by getting up in touch with parents through emails, joining conferences at schools. Mm. In that way, also the parents can be getting involved in all school activities.
What is happening at the school?
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think so. Thanks.
Then another question is, what are some effective ways for parents to communicate with teachers?
Effective ways
Yes.
parents can communicate with teachers.
Yes.
Okay. That teachers can be effectively communicating with the parents. One, I think teachers can provide an an open communication that the parents can provide their suggestions or their views. How can school be? How can school be? uh, the ways that the parents can do in order to communicate with teachers. Okay, so you said that parents can communicate in small groups, that they can choose even the representative that can communicate with teachers. Yes, that's the other way. Yeah, we can also say that parents can also even they can go there to school. Yes. If there is any issues concerning their child, so they can go there to the teachers, or even every teacher that they can find that is school, so they can communicate effectively.
So even the teachers also can organize video meetings for parents for them to communicate on different issues. Yeah.
Like
Like maybe they want to organize a seminar event at school, and then they can organize the meeting between parents and the teachers to communicate. Yes.
so, yeah, I think those are the good ways that parents can do to communicate communicate with the teachers concerning the issues of their children. So, yeah, I think I can stop there.
Oh. Then then how can parents support their children at home? Yes, that's after children are back from school. Yes, how can parents take help at home and help their children?
As I said, really, I was about to suggest some ideas how parents can help their children. So, as I said earlier in the introduction or in the first you asked as a general question. So I answered that the parents can do, they can help their children to do the homework or even the assignments. So that's the they are this way that the parents can do in order to help what to help their children. So the other way is that they should also make sure that the children they have a good time for them to study whatever they have read at the school, and also they should need a conducive environment at home for the children to have their studies properly and understand whatever they are doing, because sometimes it may happen that you are at school, you are learning, but the situation at home, if it is very bad, that kind of situation sometimes it may hinder the situation or the way a child can understand or a way a child can study things at home, because some other homes it's like a hell where the children's they don't have a freedom at home, because when they return at home they started thinking that wow, I'm getting back home, I can meet this and that. So stuff like that can make children to be demotivated in their home rather than to be in school. So I think it's better for the parents to create conducive environment for their children, and they need to help them in their assignments, whatever they need, or even if they want something else to encourage them in their education. So I think it's for the parents not to be hesitating, but they need to provide whatever the students ask for them to success in their education. That's the way the parents can provide support to their children in home.
Yeah. And also parents they can have time with their children.
Yeah.
Spending a lot of time with their children when they are at home.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's also can help.
Yeah, I think that can help. Telling them folk stories, and yeah, I think that's a pretty good way that they also need to have at home. Yeah, thanks.
Yes. Then what are some barriers that makes parents not be involved in their children's education?
Some of the barriers race start from home.
Yes.
Yeah, some may be conflicts at the house or evening.
Between parents.
Yeah, conflicts between parents. Yes, so these conflicts can make parents not be involved in their education of their children. Yeah, I think that's another. I think that's the biggest way that makes parents not to be involved in the education of their children. But yeah, so I can also add the other point that sometimes parents, because of the poverty, they may think that instead of being supportive to the education of their children, they may think that it is good for them to find a, a way or solutions how they can make food so that when the children came back to home, they need to have something else to eat. So I think due to that problems, due to that areas, they focus much on finding the basic needs for their children, not instead of helping them in their education. And sometimes they can be also uneducated parents. Yeah, yeah, that can make us then also hinder the parents to be involved from being from yes. Yeah, for example, in rural villages we have so many parents that are uneducated parents. Yeah, so you may find the other home that they can even encourage their children, especially girls. Some of the girls have been encouraged that they need to marry instead of being in school. So yeah, and some other parents, yeah, I think ignorant.
Okay.
Yeah.
How can school encourage the support from parents?
Mm, how can school encourage parents
Mm.
to
To
support,
be involved,
to
yes.
be involved,
Yes.
yeah,
In child's education.
in their child's education?
Mm.
Um, I think the best way they can conduct parents committee, or they can formulate a group that can that will be involved together, teachers and the parents. So
Yes.
in that group they will be discussing the matters or the importance of parents being involved in what,
Yes.
in the child's education, or how can they be supportive. So I think in this group they will be sharing so many ideas
Yes.
that how they can how they can done it, and when and in the proper time they should be what, they should be involved in that matters. So yeah, I think it's the best way for the teachers to formulate a group, and the other way it can be teachers may also, the point here, I've forgotten the point, but yeah, I think if you have the point, you can add it. But yeah, the best way they can formulate a group.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's the best way they can
yeah,
formulate a group for
yeah.
the parents teachers to be discussing different
To be
issues.
discussing,
Yes,
yes.
especially the importance of parents being involved in child's education.
Yeah.
Yes. Shall we?
Okay.
Oh, see you again. Okay. What are the benefits of parents involvement in students? Okay, in your own opinion, eh?
Yes.
What do you think are the benefits of parents being involved in a child's education?
So we are trying to see how parents can be benefit from involving in these matters.
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
especially to the students.
Especially to the students,
Yes,
or
the
the parents
benefits,
themselves.
the benefits,
That
especially to the students.
okay. So we are trying to look at the benefits that the parents will bring as they taking part in their children's in their children's education.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So we can see that, yeah, the first benefit can be children, they can improve in their performance.
Yeah.
Yeah, because yeah, if we, let's take an example, if a child at first he was doing everything alone, but now we have the parents being involved in the matters of his or in the matters of their education, in matters of their children's education. So let's say that they help their students with the assignments. So instead of that child writing the assignment himself or herself, but with the guide or with the help of the parents that he or she is going to get, it can make him or her to get a good mark on that, on the assignment. So in class or in everything, because the children have time to discuss with their children, the parents have time to discuss with their children, and they sharing so many ideas. I think the think capability of their children can be boosted. So in so doing, these children will be benefiting a lot, and also they can improve their performance. At this time around, they can be they can have a higher performance in terms of in terms of their education. Yes.
And also, parents' involvement in education also it can empower the students.
Yeah, I think yeah, it can
It
empower them.
brings empowerment to the
Yeah,
students.
because
so that they can work hard.
yes, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, that's a good point. That yeah, it can empower students because they know that whatever I'm doing here is being supported with the parents. So I think this thing is what it's good for us to keep on doing this, so they can be empowered. I think yeah, that's another. I can also say that the other point, it can be the children can be motivated. Yeah, but somehow it can be it's related with the environment, but they can have the other motive that they when they see that their children, their parents are being involved in their matters, so they can be involved with that they need to be a good parents in the future, like the way their parents are right now. So yeah, that's good. That's quite wonderful for the parents to be what be involved in the matters of education of their children. Yeah, that's good.
Maria, as we are going to the end of this discussion, what are your suggestions about what we have already discussed?
About the topic that we've been discussing.
Yes. What are your
What are my
suggestions?
suggestions?
Yes.
Oh, you're trying to say that, yeah,
What are your additions? What,
my ideas
anything
that
that you can
I can
add?
add so
Yes.
that this program can benefit for the viewers or those who are watching us right now.
Yes,
So
for the parents.
for the parents,
Yes.
yeah, okay. I think you said a lot in our discussion. So just to make a highlight on being involved in child's education. So I just much want to say about the hinders that the children meet in their home when are when they are doing their school. So I can it's a plea that parents they need to go to create a conducive environment so that the children can have and
Interact with them.
yes, they can interact with them here because yeah, if the parents look so fiercely, children they also fear that we cannot communicate with parents. We cannot ask our parents to be to helping us with these programs, with this homework, with this assignment. So it is my plea that parents you should be open up to your children so that you need to be familiarized with your children. You need to create a good relationship with your children because they are your children. So you better cherish them, you better acknowledge them, you better provide the necessity needs that they need to have in order for their education to be successful. So you don't need to be the mean parents to your children because this we are talking now it's the future of your parents. So the right time to build the future it's when they are little ones. So yeah, it's the breed that you need to be open up and from now on you need to make a good relationship with your children. So I can think, yeah, that's my opinion to the viewers or the parents that are watching us right now.
Yes, because they say education is the key to success. So for the children to be successful, their education, parents they must take part in their education.
Yeah, I can also add the other point that we said that area that there is other parents that are uneducated. So I think as a government of Malawi, they can have the awareness campaign to be conducted in communities. Yes, they need to sensitize that the importance of education so that they need to know if their children go to school, they need to know the benefit of the school and the importance of the school. So I think by doing that, it can motivate some other parents to be involved in these matters. So they can really make it wonderful thing in the community.
That's the end of our episode today.